Колеги, ми продовжуємо робочий день.
Colleague, we continue our working day, and I invite to the microphone Andriy Lysenko, official spokesperson of the presidential administration. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. I offer to your attention the main events in the ATO area during the last 24 hours. Near Lugansk, the situation remains quiet. Near Donetsk, the enemies continue to violate ceasefire regime during the entire contact line between Troitsk and Donetsk airport. Here, the occupants opened fire evenly along the entire contact line without any specific outburst. One time they used heavy weaponry, 82mm mortars near Krasnogorevsk. Near Mariupol, the epicenter of combat activities were our frontline positions to the west from Mariinka. Yesterday there were 10 enemy's shelling of our positions with small arms and grenade launchers. Also snipers worked there, and besides that, they violated the ceasefire regime near Vadane. During the last 24 hours, in result of combat activities, there were no casualties, but 2 soldiers were wounded at the same time yesterday near Mariinka in result of mishandling with the explosive ordnance. 11 Ukrainian servicemen were wounded. The main intelligence department of the Ministry of Defense informs that recently the ATO forces liquidated near Mariupol the enemy's reconnaissance group from the Russian Federation. In result of that, first combat, 3 Russian soldiers were killed and 4 Russian soldiers were wounded. The intelligence service disclosed the names of killed occupants, Sergeant Leonid Nikitin and privates Igor Sidorov and Vasil Petrochenko. Also, the main intelligence department informs about preparations carried out by militants to start the naval operation on February 12th. The leader of so-called DPR, Zakharchenko, had signed so-called decree, and in line with this decree, 9th motorized unit is renamed into Special 9th Motorized Naval Marine unit, and the same time they are provided with a special marine uniform. These events were related to the arrival from to Novazovsk of some detachments from 810th Marine Brigade, which is located in Sevastopol. In Kostiantynivsky district of Donetsk Oblast, the law enforcers had detained the militant. He was a member to the Republican Guard of DPR and worked at the checkpoint near Bapisky. Then he was heavily wounded, and later he arrived home where he was detained. Also, our border guards near Zaitsevo checkpoint had detained the Hungarian citizen, which is suspected in collaboration with the militants. The Communist Party symbolics was found, and he appeared to be the artilleryist. Near Pavlograd, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, the SBU forces found the separatists who spread anti-Ukrainian propaganda. Also, the Dnipropetrovsk law enforcers revealed the stock of weapons near Dnipropetrovsk.
They confiscated 5 grenade launchers, RPG-26, 8 grenades with fuses, and also some cartridges of 5.45 millimeter of caliber and TAT blocks. The caches of arms was deployed in and equipped with the imitation of the booby trap. Artillery units also and paratroopers undergo training. There was a use of during the training they were trained in using the Gazdika system and moved to the identified region and successfully suppressed imaginary enemy. The main aim of the training was to improve the skills of deploying and quick response without prior reconnaissance. The personnel of commander and staff faculty of National Academy of National Guard was trained in defense of the checkpoint, and during this training they were able to serve both as servicemen and as commanders of the checkpoint. The Special Purpose Detached Unit of the National Guard of Ukraine improved their professional skills in the field ground. And on the 15th and 19th of February, the National Guardsmen formed groups and they suppressed imaginary enemy in the mountains and in the forest. And also some automobile equipment was used in the course of the training. And trucks went through Zaitsevo checkpoint carrying humanitarian help for the occupied territories. This help was delivered by the Charity Foundation. Do you have some comments or questions? If there's no comments or questions, thank you, Mr. Colonel. Thank you. And this is the end of the press briefing and also the end of the working day. The information on the schedule will be provided on our site at about 4 p.m. Goodbye.